Bperfect Cosmetics Interstellar palette with Jodi Summer Take 55 Honey. Hello my sexy snowflakes, it is I, Jodi Summer, back with another makeup video. Yes, I'm in a new place, yes, I'm on the floor as we speak, but that doesn't matter at the moment. It's a long story, we're gonna talk about this later. I just managed to sort out a lot of shit that really needed to be sorted out, and as I did so, I had a little bit of a look on the internet, as a girl does, and I found out that Bperfect Cosmetics has come up with a new eyeshadow palette. The palette in question is the new Carnival collaboration with Stacey Marie called Interstellar. Now, listen to me, I would not spend that money. However, as I've seen on that palette, it seemed to have a lot of blues, which blue is one of my favorite colors to put on my face. Everybody says I look great in that. I think I look great in that. It's my color, it's my brand. Okay, Jodi Summer, blue color. A little bit of an oxymoron. Summer and blue, I don't give it a rat's ass. And then a whole other section just for the grays and the blacks, which is great because you cannot go wrong with doing the grays and blacks and whites. Just, you know, sexy smoky eye for a performance or something like that. What I'm going to do is my face aside of the camera and then come back and do two different looks on both of my eyes with the new eyeshadow, and then give you my thoughts and opinions and just review, do a ranking, something like that. I have not done something like this yet, so it's gonna be an adventure for both you and me, and I appreciate you having here. Thank you so much. So while I'm gone doing my face, just consider subscribing to the channel and giving a like. It would help the gal a lot. I will see you in a second. Okay, so the base is done, the eyes are primed, and girls just want to have fun, so let's do this shit. So bringing up the palette right here, you can see it has lots of plenty bloody colors. As you can see, there's like a whole section for blues, 3 bloody columns just for the grays and the blacks, which is like, I love it. As I said, you cannot go with this. Neutrals, sell me that shit. But there are also a lot of like nice green, yellows, and obviously like the pinks, purples, stuff like that. The 2 looks that I would like to do for today is I wanted to do one blue look, which would be like some sort of cut crease, half cut crease, I don't know, something of the sorts. And then another look I wanted to do a little bit of a smoky halo look with the grays. So yeah, we're just gonna see how that goes. Hopefully it goes beautifully. I'm gonna swatch the colors I'm gonna be using as well, and then just try to be as honest and transparent as I can be. That's a fine thing too, because some of my brushes might be just slightly dirty from using them yesterday as I was going out with the gals and I wanted to do glam. And so the only way I can do glam is with my makeup, because I'm a poor fucking bastard. I'm just hoping that my brushes are not going to stain the eyeshadows in the palette and my eyes with some greens. Lagrange, Strange, get away from me. So for my blue look, I'm gonna go with Traveler for that outer crease. Then I'm gonna go into my deep corner of the eye with Orbit, and maybe just to slightly spice it up a little bit in this house, I might go with Stargazer over here, that little pinkish, to fill up my lid. Once again, my channel, y'all can't tell me what to do. Okay, so swatches first. I'm gonna take Traveler right here, which is a deep blue, and I'm going to put it somewhere so you can see it. Let me do it right here. Okay, not the worst. Might need a little bit of more build up. I don't think obviously that swatches are the best way to describe the color or to judge a color. It's always good to have it on the brush and then see the build up. I mean, it could have looked better in the camera. I didn't look in the camera, so I don't know. You saw it probably, but you know, second swatch, it looks very nice actually. Then we go into the Orbit, this very shimmery shade right over here. I'm having big hopes for you, and we're gonna go right here. Ooh, that's sexy. It better be looking bloody nice to y'all, because it looks very nice to me. And the last one is the Stargazer. It looks a bit foiled to me. I don't know my terms that well, but I'm gonna guess it's a foiled shimmer. And I'm gonna put it right here. Ooh, I like it. Will it work well with the other two though? I wanted to go for something pink. It looked a little bit more pink in here, but that might be also because it's surrounded by other pinks. So let me try Milky Way instead of Stargazer, because I feel like that's gonna be more pinkish, and again, that's just what I want, so we're gonna go right here. Yeah, I feel like that's much more actual pinkish, although I don't know how it looks on camera. It looks pink on my arm. I don't know about the camera at the moment, but I'm gonna see later. So the swatches work fine. I didn't really expect much else from this brand. The eyeshadow line seems to be just delivering as it should be. It's not a cheap bloody palette. First of all, I'm gonna grab my Morphe E22 and dip it into the shade Traveler to outline my crease and my outer corner, just so we have the blueprint for the shape I'm going for. I'm gonna try to tap it just a little bit more into the outer corner of my eye, just to give it that much more depth. Then I'm gonna grab M321 and tap it into the same shade, just to bring it down underneath my eye. So I think the shade blends okay. I mean, it has this little velvety feel to it when it comes to like the color. It's not as deep as they have it in the Tahiti palette, but then again, if I want something darker and with more depth, I can literally use the other palette and then just mix it with this one, so it's not a problem for me. If you want the depth and you don't have the other palette, then that could be a problem. However, with the pigmentation and the blending, I don't think I've had any issue at all. As you can see, just a little bit of build up in the middle, in the deep part, but that's, I think, understandable when I try to blend it out a little bit more. So far so good. Now I'm going to grab my P. Louise eye primer along with Morphe M167 to cut my crease just above my pupil. And then with the clean side of my brush, I'm going to blend the eye primer with the rest of my lid. With M213, I'm going to dip into the orbit and tap it into the inner corner of my eye. And then to finish my lid, I'm simply going to tap into Milky Way with my finger and apply it on my eye. With a clean finger, I'm going to try to blend it around with the other colors. I'm gonna apply the same color with E36 to my lower lid to fill the color and finish the look. Okay, I kind of changed my mind because I realized this is not a good shadow to put underneath your eyelid just because of the type of shadow it is. So instead, I opting out for trying Fiction underneath my eyelid to blend with the blues, and that's how I'm gonna finish that look, hopefully. Okay, so this is interesting because I just dipped into the Fiction, which is not the shade I was meant to use in the first place, but I am not 100% sure about this one because I don't see that much pigment personally, because it has this like lovely baby pink color over here, but I don't know if it really shows up on my eye right over here. Let me do a quick swatch maybe and see how that works that way. Yeah, I don't know, it seems very pale to me. I'm gonna try to build it up just a little bit more on my eyelid. Yeah, I don't know if I am 100% personally convinced to that one shade. It's just very nice, very like pastel kind of pink. Well, if it looks like this here, then I want it to look like that on my eye. Sorry about it. I might try to give it a second chance in another video and see how it would like perform with like other pinks or some other colors on like on my full eyelid. It doesn't really matter at the moment. So this is the look for my water on my eye. I don't have that much complaints about it. It looks very lovely actually. Apart from the Fiction pink underneath my eyelid, I am quite happy with everything. Like the Traveler blends fine, and you can definitely build it up for more depth. I'm a little bit disappointed that it doesn't have like an even darker blue to it, because personally I like to makeup that's strong and has a lot of contrast to it, so like a lot of darks and more brighter colors. I could use my other palette to have an even deeper eyeshadow to it, an even deeper blue to it, but if you don't have it and you want a deeper blue with it, then yeah, just have that in mind. For my left eye smoky halo look, I had a look and decided to go with only 3 shades as well. So I wanted to go with Dark Side for the outline, then I would go with Hubble for the blending / transition shade, and then we would finish with Galactic on my eyelid. Nothing else to add here. I would say from the experience I've had from all the eyeshadow I have used in my career, it is very hard to get a good black eyeshadow. I believe the best black eyeshadow I've ever used, it is from the Black and White ColourPop collection. They did like those 9 pence eyeshadow palettes back in whenever, and they're very good quality, and the Black and White palette was one of my favorites. So we're gonna see how Bperfect Cosmetics responds to that. Okay, so Dark Side, we go in right here. Actually not the worst. I'm gonna build it up slightly more. It actually looks decent. It's not the worst, definitely not the worst. It looks very nice actually. That's gonna be very interesting. Ooh, I'm getting excited about this actually. Okay, our transition shade Hubble. I don't know what Hubble is, but Hubble called me. It doesn't show up as well. I don't want to say matte because I'm not 100% sure if it's pigment. Maybe it just blends that well with my skin color. I kind of feel like it blends with my skin, so I don't want to say anything at the moment. I don't want to be too harsh because I feel like if I would say something harsh, I wouldn't even be correct. And the last thing I want is not to be right, bitch. And I go with the Galactic to finish this thing. Ooh, this looks very nice. Yes, I'm excited for that. So the swatches are good, apart from the gray, but again, I might just be pale enough and gray enough from the lack of sun that it just blends so well with my skin. So let's just hope that among other grays and blacks and whites, it's gonna look somewhat better. With E22 that I thoroughly washed on my arm just now, I'm going to tap the Dark Side into both corners of my eye. I'm also going to try to connect those two together through my crease. And then because I might have put a little bit too much at once, I'm gonna try to blend it all with a clean M330. M321 to bring the eyeshadow underneath my eye. And then blend it all out a little bit more because it all seems bloody patchy to me. Okay, it is somehow blended. I think what happened, and this is a good thing, what I think happened is I a little bit underestimated how pigmented that black is, and so I went overboard very, very quickly. But that is a good thing. That is a very good thing because that means there's a lot of pigment and that it carries on. So it's actually very good because I don't dare to use a bigger brush on this shade anymore for now. I'm going to use M321 again to add more depth. Okay, I feel like I'm a little bit patchy here again, but it's how bloody pigmented that black is. God damn it. Oh my god, I did not expect this to be that pigmented. Again, it's a good thing I'm fucking up by myself. So yes, they delivered with the black, but god damn it, give me a warning, please. Okay, I'm gonna grab M441 to blend the black out further with the transition shade, which was Hubble. Once again, I'm grabbing my P. Louise with my concealer brush to cut my crease. This time we're doing it just above the middle of my eyelid to give it a halo. Okay, you know what, now that I'm looking at this, like, I really wish, I'm not gonna do this because I said it's gonna be just black and white, but looking at this, and what I really would love to is just have like a shot of gold in the middle of my eyelid with all the black. It will be so sexy. But no, we're just doing black and white, we're going, you know, classic cinema. 40s, whatever, I don't know. To finish the look, I'm grabbing M124 into the shade of Galactic. And I'm gonna tap it into my lid in the place where I put the eye primer. Gonna build it up just a little bit more. And then with a clean set, I'm going to blend it into the black in the corners. And then because I'm feeling bougie, I'm gonna grab Galactic with E36 and just put a little bit of an accent, just a little dot of an accent on my inner corner. So I think this eye is mostly done as well. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go off the camera again, finish my eyes, finish my face completely, and then I'm gonna come back and give y'all my thoughts about the whole experience I have had with Bperfect Cosmetics Interstellar palette. I did not say that word right. I don't care. And I'm back, my face is done, my mind is cleared, and my pussy is moisturized. So overall, I am rather happy with the palette. The blues, the blacks, they all blended very well. The dark side, the black eyeshadow, is very, very good. I did not expect it to go as well as it did, just based on the previous palettes, but I was quite surprised, and very pleasantly at that. To the point where I put too much eyeshadow, but that's my fault, not the eyeshadows. I did have to have a little bit more of a deeper look into the hubble, but I can definitely still see it somewhere. It's just a good transition shade. It's nothing like too big, but it's also not bad. The biggest regret, I would say, with the whole thing so far is, I would say, Fiction ? The pinkish right here that I put underneath my right lid. It does feel a bit sheer compared to every other color that I used as well. It was just a little bit of a disappointment, and I wish it looked as good on my eyelid as it did on the pan right here. If you look right here, it's very baby pink. I'm gonna do a close-up on my lid. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's not as pigmented as I wished it would be, but maybe I'm just delusional. Let me know what you think about this. You tell me. Other than that, every other thing seems fine. I didn't need a lot of the build-up on the other shades, and they blended quite well, so yeah, it's definitely worth it. I think it's cost about £41.5 at the moment. I don't know how much it is for US dollars because I don't live in United States, so you gotta look it up yourself, baby. I'm great at this, aren't I? Let me know what you think about the looks. Let me know what you think about the palette yourself, if you've had any experiences that you agree or disagree with me. So anyway, my sexy snowflakes, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so they can see my content too. And don't forget to check my other stuff. I do makeup videos, music videos, covers, originals. I released an EP. Go check out my EP, darling. I'm a musician, I'm an artist, I'm an entrepreneur like no other. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Ciao.